Hey, hi everybody out there. This is Bob from the Two Old Guys Garage. I'm in my garage. A little bit of catch-up on my car and a little bit on Lou's. Lou and I decided yesterday that he's not happy with the steering on the Anglia. So what we've done is we've ordered a Unisteer to change out from the Vega box. And we'll see how that works out. In the meantime, today is Groundhog's Day, February 2nd, 2025, and that's also my birthday. So I'm 85 today, which makes me the older of the two old guys, Lou being, I think, 83 or 84. Anyway, I'm going to talk about a little quick update. I've been working on tuning the engine in the coupe to get a better response from the carburetor. Pretty successful. I drove it to Lou's the other day and it runs pretty good. Anyway, here's some history of the engine and engines that's been in the 32. My first small block Chevy was a 56 Corvette short block that I got in early 1957. The 56 Chevy 265 Corvette block was the first small block Chevy to have a full flow oil filter cast internally within the block. This feature was added in 57 to all small block Chevys, and also they went out in the bore size and increased the engine at 283. My 56 was assembled and installed. Took a couple of years for the parts, but I ended up putting it in my 40 Ford sedan in, I think it was, I guess it was in that was probably early 58. That engine had early small valve Fuelie heads, Duntoff 097 cam, and triple GM Rochester 2GC carburetors, and it ran very good. It was a real sleeper. Anyway, in September of 60, I removed the 265 Corvette engine and installed it into the 32. In late 69, my daily driver 48 Ford sedan had a 327 small block, and it threw a rod through the block. Being the heavy rainy season in Orange County, California, not wanting to risk driving the 32 daily, I removed the engine from it and put it in the 48. We had a friend in our local hot rod club in Orange County, and he was the performance parts guy in Paramount Chevrolet in Los Angeles, and extended deep discounts to anybody in the club. And that included the ability to buy either a short or long block of the famous 327 365 horse or the 350 370 horse Corvette small blocks. I opted to buy the 350 370 horse short block, and that's the famous LT-1, not to be confused with the LT1, which came out in 98 as homage to the LT-1. So the LT-1 was available 70 to 72 for 3 years as an option in the Corvettes and the Camaros, or over-the-counter parts, and said by some to be the best small block Gen 1 Chevy engine ever made, which I tend to believe. It has a forged 1016 steel crankshaft, cross-drilled for oil flow, 4-bolt mains. Bearing surfaces are treated with the tough tried process, which makes the surfaces even harder. Connecting rods are also forged steel with larger 3/8-inch cap bolts, and the crank rod journals are larger in diameter than the regular 350 cranks. The pistons are TRW forged aluminum with 11:1 compression ratio. I installed my Duntoff 097 cam from the 265 small block, small valve Fuelie heads, and the treble manifold with stock Chevrolet Ram's horns manifolds when I put that engine together. In 1970, people who were racing the big valve heads on small block Chevys were experiencing cracks in the valve seats where they were close to each other between the intake and the exhaust. And in particular, NASCAR, using the small block heads, GM used the 399-1492 famous double hump cylinder head castings, and they built it with hardened valve seats and assembled them with the trick valve springs, screw-in rocker studs, guide plates to be used for the NASCAR racing engines. The part number of these guys is 3991453, and I've never been able to find anything on the internet with regards to talking about this. But at any rate, GM had to sell 500 sets of these cylinder heads to the public to make them legal to use in NASCAR racing. And luckily, through our contact at the Chevy place, I was able to purchase a set of these NASCAR heads, I call them. Let's see. In '72, I replaced the Rams heads with custom tri-Y headers, which were quite an improvement in performance. And later in '73, I removed the triple carbs and installed an Edelbrook Tarantula TM1 and a Holley 600 CFM double pumper. And that's pretty much the configuration since then. Runs very good, runs very strong. So that's it on the engine. I'm going to end this here. Figure out whether I'm going to publish it, bore you to death or not. Thanks. Take care. Bye, everybody.